when it comes to living God's way and the kingdom way. It's so different than the world today. You know what people don't like? They don't want to hear about a relationship with Jesus. They just want their religion. The Pharisees wanted their religion. Think about that. Why? They totally looked over the miracle. Because their religion was their comfort zone. Their religion to them, as the Pharisees in many ways, was their paycheck. Their religion to them was ritual and tradition, and to come and go and not expect any change internally. Let's just do all these outside things, but I don't have to change internally. But Jesus comes along and he says, I came to give life and to give it more abundantly and to make people whole. And the way that happens is a relationship with me, not any religion. You know, for us to make a relationship work, what do we have to do? We've got to work at it. And we've got to really love and sacrifice. And you know, when we do that, it's amazing how relationships come together. Why do people think? Why do people think in this world? I don't know. That they think that they can work their way to heaven. It's God's love gift. Jesus came on the scene and told the religious leaders of the day, it was so different that you can't work your way to heaven. Jesus said, it's only through me. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. And no man cometh unto the Father but by me. What he wants us to know is the same as those of the religious people of the day, the same as people that are caught up in all the religions of the world. To let them know, yes, Jesus is different. He is the only way. And what do we need to know today as we continue to look about his kingdom? Look at John in chapter 18. John in chapter 18. As we see that when we live God's way, the kingdom way, the joy that we can have. The old life is gone, the new life that we want to live. And if we take the time to be quiet, we'll stay away from those lusts of the world, the lust of the flesh, all those things. God will protect us if we spend time with him every day, if we live his way. One of the greatest dialogues in the Bible as we look at John in chapter 18. But think just for a minute, and hopefully that you'll remember this as you leave today. That hopefully that you're starting to know, I've got to remember that this world is so temporal. I've got to keep in mind that I've got to live so radical, it's so different that I bring so much light into the world, the way I give, the way I hold everything in my life loosely, the way that I live, the way God protects me against the things of this world. And when I live God's way, the busyness of this life will go away and all my troubles will too, because I'm spending time with him every day. And all those fleshly lusts, God will protect you because you're with him and you're doing what he wants you to do. Thirdly, today, as we look at God's word, we're not normal when it comes to looking at the future. We're not normal in our giving, we're not normal in our living, and we're not normal, or we shouldn't be, when it comes to looking at our future. And the example that's set before is found in John chapter 18 and verse 35, and I'll read down through verse 38. Jesus is speaking with Pilate. Soon he will be crucified on the cross of Calvary. He's talking back and forth, and Pilate answered and said, Am I a Jew? Your own nation and the chief priests have delivered you to me. What have you done? And Jesus answered, My kingdom is not of this world. if my kingdom were of this world, my servants would fight so that I should not be delivered to the Jews, but now my kingdom is not from here. Pilate therefore said to him, are you a king then? And Jesus answered, you say rightly that I am a king. For this cause I was born, and for this cause I've come into the world, that I should bear witness to the truth. Everyone who is of the truth hears my voice. And Pilate said to him, I believe questioning, I believe in disgust, I believe in searching. He said to him, what is truth? And when he had said this, he went out again to the Jews and said to them, I find no fault in him at all. What is truth? What is truth? What is reality today? Thirdly, is to know that if Jesus isn't normal, if he wouldn't fight for the things of this world, he would only fight for anything that lasted for all eternity, his kingdom that would last forever. Are we about that today with our future? We have a future and a hope because Jesus didn't live normally. And when it came to the end of his earthly life, he says to Pilate, my kingdom is not of this world. Are we normal when it comes to the way that we look at, well, just really the future? About once a month, you'll open USA Today paper, and in the money section, there'll be an article. And the article will be on someone in their 30s or someone in their 40s. And the article will talk about everything that they're doing to save for retirement, and all the different things that are taking place, and what they're going to do over the next 12 to 15 years is they look to their earthly future. And nothing is wrong with that. Don't get me wrong, but they're putting everything into that, and they interview them. Well, what are you going to do then? Oh, we're going to travel, and we're going to visit all these places, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do that. Well, first of all, they're looking 12 to 15 years out. And secondly, when I read that, I say, who says that they're going to make it or live another year? And not only that, when it comes to another 12 years, what if right at the end of that 12 years and everything is set and they've got it all, and all of a sudden a phone call or something happens, their life changes? Is the earthly kingdom worth it then? I don't think so. God has called us here today to know that we're not to live normal.